Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled, If She Says This, Dump Her Immediately. Let's get right into it.
Since we're in the era of the strong, independent woman, guys, please stop volunteering to do husband things for a woman that you're not married to. Here's why.
Me? Dating? Shit. And I'm gonna give you the number one reason why I'm not getting back out here in these dating streets, and y'all gonna understand. It ain't the sprinkle, it ain't the arguments, it's not the 50-50 conversations, it's not finances, it's not none of that. The number one reason is them, I ain't asked you to do that for me people.
That's it right there. I didn't ask you to do that, you did it all on your own. Now this does include men, but mostly this comes from women. I had a woman tell me this one time when I helped her through a hard time, and guess what I did? I never did another thing for her, ever again.
I drag my balls across broken glass and gasoline before I ever let another person tell me that again in my face. So you in this relationship, you communicating, you validating their feelings, you validating them, you doing all the small things, even gifts of appreciation. You just mostly checking all the boxes. And then when you bring up, hey, you're not reciprocating some of these things that I'm doing for you, they look at you dead in your face and say, I ain't asked you to do that.
Fellas, if you ever had a woman do this to you before, you gotta understand the mindset that she has. She has a mindset of not knowing what a blessing is. A blessing is when a person in your life does something for you without you having to ask them that makes your life easier. But if that certain person can turn around and tell you, I didn't ask you to do that, you did it all on your own, especially when you need them to look out for you, and even more when it's something very small, this is a person that does not deserve you as a blessing. Think about how many times a man hears a woman say, I don't have enough money to pay my bills or my car note or my rent. And then when he asks her how much she needs, and when she tells him, he sends it to her. Notice they never turn it down. They never say, don't worry about it, I'll figure it out all on my own. No, they take the money. But then they have the nerve to tell you that you volunteered to do it, as though it's a legitimate excuse for them not to look out for you when you need something from them. So since we're living in a time of a strong and independent woman, when they tell you that they're having a problem financially, you simply respond, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope it works out for you, and change the subject. The only woman you should be volunteering.
I hope it does work out for them, because I ain't going to give you nothing, not a penny. Honestly, look, I'm going to be real with you. Like, all we want is appreciation. That's all. If you show us appreciation, we'll go through extreme lengths for you. We'll drag our balls across broken glass and gasoline, as he said. But, women are entitled, right? They feel like they just own us. We belong to them, right? We were put on this earth to serve them. Boy, oh boy, they got this whole thing wrong. You would have thought that they came here first, right? Who came first, Adam or Eve? You would have thought it was Eve. But hey, maybe we're their helpmate, according to them.
Is a woman that's your wife or a woman who's helped you with something that's important to you without you having to ask. But if she's a woman that just takes, stop volunteering to do things for her, especially when it has something to do with money. You know I'm about to tell you a story, right? I was seeing this young lady about 5 years ago and we were texting each other on a Saturday afternoon. I asked her how her day went and she told me that she took her car to the shop because she was having problems with the brakes. She said the mechanic told her $753 to replace the brakes and the rotors. Seeing that it was the weekend, I told her, don't worry about it. Just bring the car over Sunday morning and I'll replace the brakes and the rotors for you. Not only did
Now, why would you go do such a thing, man? That's not your girl. See, and this is, look, I feel bad for a man getting taken advantage of, but why? I'm not just offering to get your brakes done. What in the, maybe if we're living together, if we're just dating, nah. And I'm not even going to go down that road with living with a girl again because that's just too much compromise. You got to compromise. I ain't trying to compromise in my space. Absolutely not. And by the way, if you're enjoying this video, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel. The channel's blowing up. Hit the bell notifications because it helps us. It helps us over here, all right? So, look at this girl, right? Attractive, natural eyebrows, no bat wings, natural hair. But she's probably single because what? She's hard, she's difficult, and she don't appreciate nothing you do. So do you have to dump them for being ungrateful? You have to. Because an ungrateful person is a freeloader. There's someone that's going to be there just leeching off of you. They're a parasite. You know what I'm saying? I am not your host. If you are a parasite, I am not your host, okay? A parasite will kill its own host, right? And actually hurt its own chances of survival. That's how bad it is, So I believe in symbiotic relationships in where we complement each other, we help each other. Like, if a girl's already in the gym, since I go to the gym, all right, now we got gym buddies. Now we got a partner. All right, that works, right? That's complimentary. I don't got to get you a gym membership. I don't got to add you to my gym membership. Like, I don't got to do none of that because you already in the gym. So that works. And also, I don't got to like train you from scratch, right? Taking a girl who doesn't work out and trying to build her up, that's a lot of work. I've done it before, but it's a lot of work and there's a lot of frustration, a lot of hassle. Way easier to deal with a girl who already lifts. So, yeah, I think it's all about reciprocals, how we can help each other. If we can't do nothing for each other, like if you can't do nothing for me, then you can't do nothing for me.
Placed the parts. I paid for them and charged her nothing, not one single dime. She said thank you and we pushed on with life. A few weeks later, I asked this woman to do the simplest thing for me, and that was to give me an approximate time of when she was going to come over to visit me, because she would say that I have a few things to do and then I'll be over there. And then she wouldn't show up for 2 or 3 hours. And sometimes she would even cancel 2 and 3 hours later. Now, instead of her just saying, okay, I'll give you an approximate time of when I'm coming over, no, she had to turn it into an argument with me. She needed to know why it was such a big deal that I needed to know what time she was coming over to my house. I explained it to her, and she still wouldn't agree to it. Long story short, I reminded her that I did this $753 brake job on her car that she didn't have the...
Oh, no. Please act right. Please don't tell me that's what you did, brother. No. All right, now that's called throwing it in their face. Okay. There's something... Okay. And a lot of men make this mistake in the dating market. You can't exchange favor directly for a favor, okay? Even though you're right, you did something nice for her, you can't turn around and throw it in her face, right? This is a pretty girl. Look at the natural hair. I don't know where they get these AIs, but they're attractive. Man, this should be a real person. Anyway, and it's actually real women that look like this. So shout out to women that look like this, right? These are the black women that I always say objectively are more attractive in their natural state, right? They're the most attractive women in their natural state. So shout out to black women. But yeah, you can't be an Indian giver in that kind of way, right? You can't be well, not necessarily. That's not an Indian giver. Indian giver gives and takes it back. But it feels like that, right? It feels like it wasn't like a good gesture. It was kind of like a control mechanism. And you should not date in this type of way, right? I don't recommend men do this. You should just give freely, right? You want to love in such a way where the woman feels free. You don't want to love in such a way where she feels obligated to you. Women don't like that. Men, we understand that life obligates us, but women want to feel like they're doing something for you out of their own free will. Now, this sounds like a girl to me who you weren't a priority to, right? If she could say, I'm going to be here at a certain time, she pops up 3 hours later, clearly she got other priorities other than you. Now, you, $750, I don't know about you, but that's a good portion of the rent. So that's a huge investment into a woman, which, by the way, I've done before, not in one shot. I talk about my times where I dated a girl. The first month we dated, I spent like $800 on dates, right? We went to like 4 or 5 different dates that totaled like $800. And I didn't mind at the time, because I was getting money, but I thought to myself, like, man, it would be better just to pay a bill like what he did, but I didn't throw it in her face. I didn't tell her like, oh, yo, you owe me something, because I did this for you. I just kept that in my mind, like, all right, this is my CPN. This is my cost per nut. I wanted to make sure like the the averages are good. My total expenditure to how much I'm getting in return. You got to keep that calculation in your own head. Women don't want to hear your cost per nut calculation, in the conversation. That's actually very rude. So she's right in this way. I get your point. And as a man, if you want to be appreciated, only do for a woman that you believe will be eagerly willing to do for you. Don't do for somebody that you have to pull teeth with in order to get an exchange for, to get something in return. I wouldn't do that. Why are you fixing a girl's brakes if she can't even tell you the approximate time she's going to be at your crib and that she be ducking you? You sound like you're trying to buy her love. No offense.
And it didn't cost her a dime. And she responded, I ain't asked you to do that. You did that all on your own. So I responded, you're absolutely right. I did volunteer to do it, but I'll never do anything else for you again. As a matter of fact, we're done. And I hung up and I never spoke to her again. Now, of course, she called me back. I didn't answer. She left a message saying, you gonna break up with me over that? I didn't even bother answering her. I just blocked her phone number. These women claim to be strong and independent, so let them have it. And let's let them have it now. We all see where the economy is going, and these strong and independent women are starting to feel the financial pressure.
Your rent.
Well, please act right. I want to just address that again too, bro. So, all right. So you were in a relationship with this girl. By the way, this is Please Act Right. This is the video I'm reacting to. It belongs to him. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put his link in the description. Good dude, from what I can see. Good videos. Check out to him. Shout out to him. But from what I see from his story that he just told, pretty much the girl did not give him, what he thought he deserved. You know what I'm saying? This is the unfortunate thing with dating. You don't get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate. Nothing in this world, when it comes, especially with dating, is what you deserve. You get what you negotiate. You know what I'm saying? So, just like women could be delusional, men, we could be delusional. You know what I'm saying? If you're dating a girl, think about it. If you're in a relationship with a girl, and I gotta just repeat it, and you don't even know what time she's going to show up to your house, she just comes up at any time of the day, bro, you got to think about the kind of girl you're in a relationship with. Are you even really in a relationship with that? Like, I don't date girls that are not, like, obsessed with me to the point where, like, I got to tell them, like, yo, I ain't trying to chill. Like, that's how bad it is. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I have a girl, and she want to spend every night at my place. Like, every single night. And I won't lie, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to tell her no because you're getting laid. You know what I'm saying? She's cooking for you. She's cleaning for you. Like, the girls that I mess with, that I deal with, they're attractive women that are, like, up my ass, pause. You know what I'm saying? But, they still give me issues because they argue, they fight. They're still dramatic as women. You know what I'm saying? This is just what women do. But I would never be in a relationship with a girl who, if I said, all right, be at my place at, like, 4, and she comes by at, like, 9. Like, bro, what? Like, no. That's a boundary. See, we got to have boundaries. If you come that late, I'm not even answering the phone. I'm asleep. I'm gonna pretend like I'm doing something else. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm just gonna. That's when I'm gonna cut you off. I'm not gonna cut you off because you refuse to give me. Oh no, you're supposed to give me your time. You're gonna be here. I deserve this. I'm your boyfriend. I pay for stuff. It's not how it works, bro. It's and it's sad to say that. You know what I'm saying? I know he's probably thinking like, yo, man, this is red pill content. Like, women, they treat us poorly and we gotta complain about it. Yeah, but some of it's on us too. Like, if you put yourself in a bad deal, you can't cry about it. Look, if you buy a bad used car, you can't cry about it. You know what I'm saying? If the salesman looks shady, you can't cry about it. You know what I'm saying? You can't say, oh, man, I earned some hard money. I gave you the hard money. I did my part. How come you didn't do yours? Your other part is vetting, you know what I'm saying, the person that you buying from. Look, in America is the greatest business that ever existed, okay? Everything's for sale. But the thing that you got to worry about is buyer beware. You got to beware of what you buying. You got to do your due diligence on what you buying.
Strong and independent women are starting to feel the financial pressure.
Your rent has gone up, and if you looked on Zillow recently for relief, you've probably been bummed out.
The rent is too damn high. The rent is too damn high.
We can't afford our rent. We can't afford our prescriptions.
Stop saying that apartments are $1,200. Okay. No, they are not. In Massachusetts, I am not kidding you, studio to 3 beds, $4,000 to $22,500.
It's getting really scary out here because with the way the economy is set up, I only literally have $200 to $300 left after paying bills.
I just saw a post about people who are living in Toronto, Vancouver, Sydney, and they are struggling because rent is so freaking high. Like, it's so expensive to live there.
If there was ever a time to let these self-proclaimed strong and independent women that don't need a man prove that they are that way, the time is now. No more giving them money for bills, no more giving them money to get their hair and nails done, no more putting gas in their car, etc. Those are all the things that husbands do for their wives. And one more thing while we're at it. Will you guys please stop supporting these OnlyFans women? Why are you spending your hard-earned money on making these women rich when adult content online is free? That's something I'm never going to understand.
The next step in the drizzle movement is to simply cut off the money.
Please, please make this a thing. Please. Especially in regard to OnlyFans. Some of y'all are making these women rich, and I just don't comprehend it when so much free material is available. Please stop funding these women and let them use their brains to get what they need out of life.
It won't happen. It won't happen. This is the oldest profession in the world for a reason, because it's the oldest desire in the world. This is something people always wanted. And, because you can't just have a woman if you want to. People are going to have to transact for it. Girls don't grow trees, you know what I'm saying? Neither does high value men. I mean, women think high value men just grow on trees, but women doesn't just grow on trees, you know what I'm saying? Punani don't just grow on trees. So because of this, because that's that barrier right there, people are gonna have to transact for it. You got to give something in exchange for it. It's not free, and so these men who are supporting these only scams girls, what they're really looking for is intimate relationship with someone, right? And they want to talk to someone. Little do they know they're talking to AI. They're talking to some fat dude eating Cheetos on a couch. Like, they're not even talking to the actual girl that they think they're responding to. But for them, it's more than enough because they feel like they're being heard. Someone's listening to them. Someone's concerned about them. It's a lot of lonely men. I don't agree with their behavior, but as long as Punani's for sale, Punani's going to be bought. You know what I'm saying? People pay for it in different ways. You might have to pay for it with your time, your effort, you know what I'm saying, in a relationship, or you might have to pay for it dollars and cents. You know, it's the route that you go. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to judge, you know what I'm saying, because at the end of the day, like I said, this thing predates me and it's going to outlive all of us. You know what I'm saying? So this is clearly we have no impact on this to stop this altogether. I think that's a little grandiose for us, right? We make ourselves seem like deities. We could just stop this entire thing. We can't. But we could choose not to engage in it. I could choose as an individual not to engage in it. You could choose as an individual not to engage in it. It's not for me. But I know what's for me is might not be for you. You know what I'm saying? What I choose to do and the way I want to live my life, y'all might not want to live that way. I tell people all the time, there is a lot of discomfort in doing the right thing. And a lot of people don't want discomfort. They want a comfortable life. We always hear women say, oh, you got to make me comfortable, make me comfortable, make me comfortable. Baby, ain't nothing in my life was comfortable for me to get. You know what I'm saying? The grind was uncomfortable, but we still did it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to say I'm trying to make a girl feel uncomfortable, but this idea that their life surrounds their comfort and joy and their pleasure is exactly why we're in this problem. Because no one has a sense of duty, a sense of purpose. Christians, we believe we have a purpose on this planet. Therefore, it's our goal, it's our mission in life to execute our purpose. For men, I personally believe our purpose is our mission that leads to freedom. And for women, their purpose is their man. Their purpose is their man, right? To experience love through a relationship, the flow of love through a relationship. And so I see beautiful women like this. They're like, oh, stop the simping. The simp is bad for the world. Girl, you don't got to worry about that. You need to worry about you getting a man yourself. None of this got to stop. She's trying to get them to, she's trying to kill the competition. Like, oh no, don't spend your money on those girls. Spend that money on me. That's all it is. These girls ain't really trying to be red pill. They're all grifters, respectfully. They're all grifters. They don't really care about you. At the end of the day, women want to get what they need to get. So I'm trying to tell you, you need to get what you need to get, right? Forget everything else. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you see any type of behavior like this, you might not want to stick with a girl like this.
Depend on men and their money totally. Most of the SW industry is financed by men.
So fellas, if you want these women to stop with the nonsense and conduct themselves like women instead of 304s just looking for a handout while doing absolutely nothing in return, this is the way to do it, and this is the time to do it. A time where finances have to be handled properly, or they'll become homeless. Meaning, if she's spending her money on makeup, nails, and expensive clothes and expensive purses and whatnot, if she can't pay her rent and she asks you for the money and you won't give it to her, she'll end up in the streets. That will be the humbling experience that these particular I'm strong and independent and don't need a man type women need. So stop giving these women money that you're not married to, and stop volunteering to do things for these women or people in general, so you never have to hear, I didn't ask you to do that. You did it all on your own. Hey, somebody had to tell you.
I think you gotta just give from the kindness of your heart. I think you could give hard rules about it. Don't give. Cut these women off. Like, we could say that, but at the end of the day, we have to understand that women are not gonna be free. Like, nothing in this world for a man is free. I understand that. Like, I tell people all the time when I do business with people, even as someone that's growing as an influencer, I say I don't want nothing for free. You know what I'm saying? You guys can charge me. Don't hit me over the head. Don't give me the influencer tax. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we don't have to necessarily do things for free. I understand that everybody need to eat. Everybody got to live. You know what I'm saying? The streets got to eat. You feel me? So I have no issue with, being involved in providing for a woman. My thing I try to tell people all the time is that make sure you're getting what you want in return. And don't complain if you don't. The deals happen at the inception of the deal, right? People talk about this when you buy a house. You make all your money when you buy a house, not when you sell a house. If you buy a house under value, right? Let's say a house is worth $500,000, but you paid $300,000 for it. That's a good deal, right? Not a good deal where, oh, it's worth $500, but in a year or so it's going to be worth $750. I'm gonna flip it. Anyone you see doing deals like that, they don't know how to do deals. And people do deals like that all the time. Now, there are certain scenarios where you might predict that something's going to grow in value. I'm not going to lie. I'm not saying those are bad investments. But in general, most investments, right? In general, most investments, especially when it comes to women, you're making your money up front. So you know a girl's a good deal. Oh, she's pretty. Oh, she's kind. She likes me, and she's like local. And let's say she has all these attributes that lead her to being a great, you know what I'm saying, girl. Then yeah, make that deal. But if you see, oh, like she don't really be respecting me, and she don't really reciprocate, and every time I want to hang out with her, it's a long story, and what's she gonna do, bro? Then don't date a girl like that. I think it's so simple. I don't, we all gotta take accountability in this. Like, yeah, I made dumb mistakes with women. One of the dumbest mistakes I make with women are taking them on dates. You know what I'm saying? What am I whining and dining you for? Respectfully, you know what I'm saying? I think I should take a girl on a date when we already agreed that we're gonna quote unquote date. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna actually pursue a relationship. To get to know you, dates, that's done. Like let's try to figure out if we like each other after $400 or $500. That's done. But if it's like, oh no, you want to ride with me, you want to be on my team, you know what I'm saying? You can see yourself over here. Okay, look, let's get to know each other. That I'm better with that. But not I'm gonna decide after a few dates if I like you or not. Nah, I'm not doing those anymore.
I love you, so it might as well be me. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to get notified when I post a new video. I post a new video every week. And in the meantime, will you please act right? My name is Raul. See you in another video.
No OnlyFans subscriptions, no clubs.
Without men, these industries would crash and burn. All of these women maintain such deluded beliefs because of the guys that are out here blowing them up. They cannot do it without men.
Yeah, women, you need everything that women do, they need men. And they've convinced themselves that they didn't. And it's sad because some people are convinced that they don't. But women want laws to be passed. They want things to be enforced. And who's going to do that other than men? Who's going to enforce these rules other than men? It's a cooperation of men that enforce the laws of the country. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, my thoughts are this, or to wrap this up. If you feel like you're not being appreciated in a relationship, get rid of the girl. If you feel like, you can't trust a girl, get rid of the girl. If you feel like, she's not making you a priority, get rid of her. I'm not going to be number 2 for a girl, you know what I'm saying? Girls can have a rotation at all they want. That's cool, you know what I'm saying? Unless I'm just cracking it on the side and I don't know what else you got going on, that's one thing. But for me to be like in your rotation of dudes that you might give attention to, girl, you can have all that, And I know I tell girls not to be that way, but I could be that way because I'm the captain of the ship. You know what I'm saying? You're the passenger. So I'm already on board. You know what I'm saying? The question is, are you going to get on board or not? You know what I'm saying? If you got your whole life, you lit, you got money, blah, blah, you can get to freedom on your own, that's fine. But I know I'm a pathway to freedom. You know what I'm saying? I'm a pathway to protection and provision. I said in prior videos, I'm going to keep saying, you know what I'm saying? Where I live, I'm one of the few people that are allowed to carry a firearm. You know what I'm saying? That is real protection. I am the first responder. You know what I'm saying? That's me investing in being able to protect my family. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's really gangster. Everybody want a gangster dude that got a burner with a scratched off serial number. Nah, you know what's better? The serial number's on there and everybody know it's mine and ain't nobody can do nothing about it. That's gangster. You feel me? So, protect your family as a man, you know what I'm saying? Learn how to be able to grow and be able to provide and understand that there are women out there that will leech off of you and take everything from you and give you nothing in return. And you got to be able to spot that from the beginning. It's not something you discover over time. You could tell if a girl is reciprocal, if she's grateful in the beginning. They'll show you signs. You'll see it. You know what I'm saying? They'll respond to text faster. You know what I'm saying? They'll answer your phone call faster. When you make a date with her, she will, you know what I'm saying, pick a day for a date very faster. You know what I'm saying? You will make plans. She'll make herself available to you. If you want to judge if a girl really likes you or not, you could tell by if she makes herself available to you. Phone calls, texts, and in person. right? If you can text her, she responds like that, she's available to you. If you call her, she answers like that, she's available to you. And if she calls you, she's definitely available to you. If she texts you, she's definitely available to you. If she's asking you if you want to hang out, she's definitely available to you. You know what I'm saying? Again, make your money up front. Make sure a girl's valuable from the jump. If you don't and you invest in her, you, my friend, got the issue. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you over there.